turn. If you've got any questions for Randy, now is the time. All of you students out there, I know you have 37 of them. So Randy, one of the things that you talked about, one of your themes was unplugging and time. One of the biggest challenges I face as one of those old guys online is I can't get around to all of it. Is there an app for that?
It's funny, there are actually apps for unplugging. Like there are apps that you can set certain times of the day that it just shuts your devices down. So, but I feel like that just reinforces the need to actually learn to unplug if we need tech to force us to power down the tech.
Or we just use the off button, right?
That's right.
There you go. Yeah. Anybody else? Questions?
Retro.
Come on, group, help me out here. This was super entertaining. There we go, back here. I'm running. I hope I don't trip on the way.
Where is Facebook heading now? What's the next phase for Facebook?
You know what? So unfortunately, I haven't worked at the company for a few years, so my answer is going to be as someone in the tech industry. I'm not answering as a Facebook spokesperson, but where I see a lot of the industry heading, Facebook and many of the other sites included, is virtual reality is a huge trend that a lot of people are playing with, and also starting to think more about artificial intelligence. So when you go onto Facebook Messenger and you want advice on where to book a restaurant or what kind of pet food to order, you can actually create artificial intelligence messenger bots that can message with people and have them feel like they're talking to a human. So I think in some ways, stuff like that can be really great for a lot of our industries and can cut down on a lot of the customer support manpower that you might have to have. So that's probably the biggest trend that I'm seeing that folks at Facebook and other social companies are working on.
One of the biggest issues that basically businesses and employees are facing today is the work and home life balance.
Yes.
Do you see anything in the future there that's going to help people get back to something that's a little bit more reasonable as to what's expected of an employee?
No, that's an excellent question. In fact, I don't even call it work-life balance anymore. I call it tech-life balance, because if you have a smartphone or a laptop that you're bringing home with you, you're always working basically and always accountable. It's difficult. I think that first the pendulum swung so far in favor of always being reachable, and that company culture of, okay, someone sends out an email at 11 p.m., you got to respond by 11:02. What I've found in my own life is that if you start, no one else is going to create boundaries for you. If you set a standard of, okay, I'm always going to respond within a few minutes, people start to expect that. But if gradually you can train the people around you. So I started little by little, like not answering emails on Saturdays and Sundays. Very gradually, little by little, but I was able to train the people in my life. Okay, here's when Randi is available, here's when she's not. And I think it's about, again, that company culture, creating the culture inside the company, but also setting those own boundaries for yourself and sticking to them and training the people around you that's when you're available. But it's difficult, I'm not gonna lie. It's a challenging thing, and I look at my sons, and especially where we're headed with VR and AI and all of these new trends that are coming out, and are they going to sit there and think like, oh wow, the good old days when you only were reachable on a phone? So I think it does come around though to setting those rules and guidelines for yourself. Hi.
Hi, thank you for the great presentation. One question, as you were talking about the different types of social media users, one group not discussed were the trolls,
Yes.
or the haters.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any advice or insight on how companies or brands should or should not engage with those groups?
My general rule of thumb is to not engage with kind of the trolls online, because people like that, they're just looking for attention. They're looking to stir up some drama. They're never going to be pleased. But it's important to draw that distinction between a potentially disgruntled customer who can be turned and someone who's a troll. I've actually found that sometimes customers who have a bad experience, but you react and they post about it and you react to them, they can sometimes be turned into your most passionate brand evangelists, because they're thrilled that someone responded, took the time to make it right. But it's a fine line between those people and people who just want to stir up drama and aggravation. I still feel, though, that no matter what, you have to be on social media. Every brand is going to have a few of those trolls, a few of those haters out there, but it's so much better to get on there and own the conversation that's happening around your company and your brand, rather than let other people own and have that conversation for you. So I think it's a risk, it's a small risk that's still very far outweighed by the positive.
All righty, well, that was excellent. Thank you very much. Let's give Randi a warm
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.